G'day guys, welcome back. Welcome to Pouring Your Heart Out. Look what I've got. I'm doing a massive project for you today. Wow. 1 to 9 in Dominoes. Oh my gosh. So this one here is my Dominoes 6 and this is my Dominoes 9. So yeah, we've got a lot. This one down here, can you see it's got 9 and 9? And this one down here is just like 1 and 1. So that's what I'm doing. Now, what is she going to put in them, I hear you ask? Good question. I have got some dried flowers. I got them on eBay. It wasn't in this. This is just a plastic bag I've used. But I got some dried flowers, and when you buy them, you can select, what colors you want. And I messaged the lady and I said, could I please have pinks, apricots, and cream? Okay, so that's like the leftover bits that I'm not using today. And then see how they're like little petals there? I've snipped some of them off, and I have this. Here's one I prepared earlier. So I've just snipped all my little flowers and things into little pieces so I can put those in. But you can see the color scheme that I'm going with. Even my tray is the rose gold or copper. So I'm just going to put that aside. So to begin with, I have no idea how much resin I need, but I've made up a cup full. So this is the Platinum Ultra Clear because it's really nice and thin. Initially I was going to like put them in with the pipette, but I think it might add too many bubbles. So I'm going to do it this way. I'm just going to pour down the side so I don't get too many bubbles. Now, after I finished stirring my resin for 3 to 4 minutes, I did pop this in my vacuum chamber just to get as many bubbles out as I can. So I'm just going to pour into the middle and let the resin run to the edges, and hopefully that way the resin will like push into the sides and not get too many bubbles, because you really don't want bubbles in your clear resin, do you? So I'm going to do all of these and then I'll come back to you. I'm probably only going to put maybe a third full. I just want them to be covered, so probably a third deep. These are really quite deep dominoes. These are the tournament dominoes. So there's lots of different types of dominoes. These are the tournament ones. They're the biggest, the thickest that you can get. So that's what I've made. So I'm just going to keep going with the resin and then I'll come back to you, okay? Because this is boring for you to watch. Righto, so they are all probably a third, maybe half full. I decided I wanted to make them a little fuller because some of these are quite big. So I had to mix up another half a cup or so. So this has got about just over 1.5 cups. And that's given us, like I said, a third to a half full. All right, I'm just going to pop that there so that you can kind of see what I'm doing. Oh my gosh, this is going to be nerve-wracking. Now I'm just going to do a couple. They're all curled over like that too, so I don't know. I'm just going to have to just do my best, hey? Do my best. It's gonna, I don't know. I really don't know what I'm doing here. But anyway, we're just gonna go for it. Actually, I don't know that my tongs are gonna be all that, my little tweezers are gonna be all that good because, I have to push things in. And I don't want to get them, oh my gosh, look at all the bubbles that are coming up when I've just pushed that in. Oh, gosh. All right. I did have, to try and get it as bubble free as possible, but I think when you're putting things like this in, dried flowers and things, you're just going to get bubbles, aren't you? So I'll do my best. Now I'm not going to go through everything here. I won't bore you. I'll do a few. That might be a bit big. I kind of trimmed everything down a little bit, but anyway. Because I didn't want everything too big. These, I've kind of kept them like on a strand like that, but you could always snip it there and just get like, a half a piece like that as well is nice. Probably don't need to have the whole thing. So anyway, this is me just going along, popping things in resin, pushing them in. I think that one's a bit big. I'm gonna have to take that one out. I think he's too big for what I want. Oh, I can trim him down though. I can trim him down. Excuse the dogs. Oh, maybe I'll do that later. I don't want to cut it over the resin. There we go. Look, that's better. That's better. Cut him in half. Where was he? There. I'll use this one somewhere else. We've got a couple staying in our granny flat downstairs. They're just the gentleman is a friend of my husband's. They play golf together. And they have a dog, big dog, and they needed somewhere. I've got to remember to put them upside down. They needed somewhere to stay for a few weeks, just until their house was ready to move into, because they were building, and trying to find a short-term rental with a dog, you know, for 3 or 4 weeks is just ridiculous. Can't do it. So we offered them our granny flat for a few weeks. So the lady's just come up to use the washing machine. It's fully self-contained down there, but there's no washer and dryer. So she's just come up, and of course the dogs are going berserk. But that's what's going on. They'll settle. So just going to add a few little flowers here and there. So I'll do this. I'll finish this little top row here, and then. I'll probably just put you on fast forward. Look at that. There's a little white one. Well, it's cream. Now, I am going to do a white background. That's why I haven't chosen any white flowers, because I want to do a white background. But I thought these ones that are curled, as I'm pushing them like that, you can see that the bubbles are coming up. Hopefully they'll stay away. Look at this. This little cute things. I don't know. I don't even know what they are. Like little baby's breath or something. Not sure, but they're cute. And then there's this one as well, which is it's a little bit bigger. Oh gosh. Oh. Ah! There's that one there that's got slightly bigger little petals. And I want it to be like, you know, natural looking. So I'm happy to have the little stems and things in there. Oh gosh, it's difficult to know what to put in. I'm going to make sure I put these in the right way and not upside down. Like so. And maybe you can have a little bit of pink in there as well. Don't want the whole thing to be covered up. You know, I do want to see the background. I don't want them to look too cluttered. I'd like to see each little individual flower, if you know what I mean. And there's these. Look at these. These are cute too. Little thingies. I don't know what they are, but they're cute too. So anyway, I'm going to get going on these. Like I said, it's going to take me a while. And I will come back to you. I will put you on fast forward. As fast forward-ish as it can go. But yeah, if you don't want to see me do them all, then, you know, feel free to fast forward. Got another one of these little thingies here. But I do need to trim it. It's a bit big. Just snip that. I can see there's going to be a huge sticky mess after I've done everything. Every now and then I'm going to have to clean off my hands, my gloves, to get these little loose petals off that I'm cutting. Alrighty, how's it looking so far? Is it all right? Make sure the stem is pointing up. The other reason I'm using the Platinum Ultra Clear, because it's a tricky little fiddly job. So if you're going to use a resin that's got a longer working time, like the thinner resins generally have a longer working time. Make sure I put that the right way over, not upside down. Gosh. So yeah, if something like this is going to take you half an hour, to put your little flowers in, use a resin that's going to take a long time to cure it, because otherwise you're going to run out of time. You just won't have time to do it all. If that makes sense to you. Oops, upside down. Yep. And I need to cut those. Little bits. I do. And go in there. And I think it's going to look really pretty and delicate. Oh, I just dropped a little flower in there. So I will sign off for now. You get the general idea. I don't want to bore you too much. And enjoy the video. Righto, so it's been a few hours and these have cured. Still soft, obviously, but cured enough for me to come along and put the white on top. Hopefully they're going to look really pretty. So yeah, took me a little while to do them. And I had to make sure that nothing was poking through. I won't go through the whole lot of them. There's a lot of them. All right, let me pop you back up on the tripod and we'll get started. I have made up my white. Surprising how much resin little dominoes take, but there's a lot of them. Now this one over here, in case you're wondering what this one is, because this set has 28 and this set only has 27, it's just how they are. This one's got a 00. So it's got more than this one. It's just how dominoes are. Don't know. So anyway, I thought I'll just put in a little druzy pendant, and you can just a little freebie extra thing. All right, so it's the Platinum Ultra Clear again. I'm just going to pop some in here because it is easier for me to make a little spout than it is to try and pour from a big cup. So I did, look at a piece of paper towel. I did, oh gosh, I did a lot. I did 300 grams of part A and 130 grams of part B. I don't know whether I'll need it all, but I thought I don't want to have it run out like I did on the my first round of clear resin. So this is what we've got. So it's going to pour into the center and let the resin push itself into all the corners. That way you've got as little chance as possible of getting a bubble in the corner if you just pour it into the middle and let it find its own way, rather than you sort of going around and pouring the resin into all the corners. Let it push itself into the corners. So I'm just going to put a little bit in each, and then I'll come back and top up once it's had a chance to settle. I don't want to risk overfilling them, if you know what I mean. It's just easier just to pour into the one spot. So a hair. So yeah, that's basically what I'm going to do. I'll keep filling my little cup up. And when I say filling it up, if you're going to be doing this, don't fill it more than halfway, because then it just drips down the side there and just makes an awful mess. Not like that. No more than halfway. Because, yeah, for some reason, because you can't tip it as much because it's so full that it wants to just run down the sides. So, less is more. So basically, yeah, you don't need, I won't show you me doing this, all of them. And then I guess I'll have to wait for tomorrow to unmold. And then I have to work out how to do the dots. The dots. Now, there's a couple of ways you can do them. I mean, I'm sure there's more than a couple, but I've done them a couple of ways. I've used markers, and I've also used needle nose bottle with some paint in it. So I'm going to see which is going to be the best option once I've demolded them, and we'll have a look and see what's going to be the best option, eh? Because it doesn't really have a fine, it doesn't have a fine point, you know, to get into the line. It's probably going to be all right for the dots, but not for the line. So I like the colour though. So I don't know. I'll have a little look at what metallic paints I've got. Yeah, and then we'll make a decision. So I will just finish filling all of these. Do the rest and fill these up, and then I'll see you tomorrow for the unmolding, hey? Righto guys, it's the next day. My gosh, look at all these dominoes that I have to unmold. Can someone come and help me, please? Let's start over here. We'll just start over here. Actually, how about we just get them all out? Let's get them all out real quick, real quick. Okay, gosh, don't peek, don't peek. I hope they're going to be pretty. I have a little concern about, you know, the creamy coloured little flower, whether or not you're going to be able to see that flower against the white. I'm hoping it's going to be sort of dark enough that that you will see it. Oops, out of screenshot. Let's just get all these out. They come out really easily. Look at, they just want to pop out, don't they? Look at that. Just want to pop out and come and say hi. Now, I have been deliberating all night about, because I just got up in the morning, had my coffee, and then I thought, right, it's demolding time. I've been deliberating about which colour to do the dots, because there's going to be a lot of dots, and I could do with a hand as well. So somebody jump on a plane, fly down under, come and help me with domino dots, okay? Who wants to come and pour with me? All right, so anyway, I've been deliberating because I don't think that pen that I showed you yesterday was going to work because of the thin little line. I mean, it's thicker than most dominoes, but it's still a thin line. So unless you've got a really pointy end on your pen, it probably won't work. So I've got this. This is it's just a paint. It's a lovely copper colour. And then I've also got this one, which is more of a rose gold. So those are my two that I'm going to test. We'll see what they look like. Depending on, you know, how everything turns out, I may do the copper, but it's quite a dark orangish tone. And I think I may be sort of wanting more rose gold tone. But, yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, I'm so excited to turn these over. Oh, sorry, it's taking so long. All right, let's get it done. Let's get it done. I don't want to peek, though, yet. I want to get them all out, move my molds out of the way, and then we'll peek. Okay? Oh, gosh. All right. Nice, thick, chunky dominoes, though. And I can see that they're half white and half clear, so that's worked well. So excited. I am expecting bubbles, though. Like, I don't think putting that many dried flowers in a domino, you can get away with not having any bubbles. Right. Let's what if I can do 3 at a time? Let's have a look. How about if let's do this. Ready? Okay, are we ready? Here we go. First 3. Oh, wow. Look at them. I love them. Oh, they're so pretty. And look, I can see the cream flower. Even though it's cream, I can see it. Look at that. So pretty. Love them. Gosh. All right. Now, I'm going to turn them over. I'm going to turn them all over, and then I'm going to zoom you in, okay? We'll go and have a look. So have a think, as I'm doing this, have a think about, do we want copper or do we want rose gold, okay? For the dots. I know the dots have got a name. I can't remember what they are. I've got a couple of little overflows. I'll just have to trim those. Trim them up. Okay, look at that all, you guys. Oh, they all match so beautifully. So beautifully. They're all a little bit different, but all the same. All different, but the same. You can even see that long little pinky coloured one. The reflections of the dots kind of make it look as if it's like sitting on a puffy pillow. Oh, so cute. Oh my gosh, look at them all. Look at these all. I'm gonna be here all day doing dots, aren't I? But I need to get it right. I need to figure out what colour dots to do. All right. I wish you guys could talk to me. Tell me what colour dots to do. All right, let's come down and have a little look, closer look at them. Just a quick little pan, just so that you can see what they're all looking like. If you don't want to see it, fast forward. But some of you may be interested to see what they all look like. So we've got some peaches and some pinks and a bit of apricot, some creams. I didn't want any green foliage in these. I just wanted to keep them to that particular colour scheme. Now see the pink there? That's sort of a peachy colour. That's the kind of colour that I'm going for. And also, there we go. This one. It's like, yeah, see, I'm thinking maybe the rose gold. I think the copper will be more like, where is it? I can't see it through my screen. More like that sort of orangish colour, where I'm sort of going more for that pale kind of pinky colour. So maybe the rose gold, I think. But I've got both of them here, and I'm going to open the bottles and I'm going to smudge a little bit onto a card so that we can just have a little look and see what they look like. Okay, so there's my bit of card. We'll do a drop of that one, and a drop of this one. Oh, that's a big drop. Okay, and then we'll just see what they're going to look like. So there's that one. Clean my finger, and then there's that one. What are we thinking? I have to leave it like that for a minute and then just stare at it and see what don't get wet. Don't get your feet wet. Okay, put it in there. Yeah, I think the lighter one. I think otherwise it's going to just be too orange, and I didn't want orange unless I mix it with something else. But I think this one, I think this will pick up these these flowers quite nicely, and the pink, rather than being too bright, because there's these bright ones, they really jump out at you. I think these ones jump out. So in my mind, I want to sort of dull down the dots so that all the orange isn't jumping out. So we'll go with this one, okay? Hope you're all in agreement. We'll go with that one. That one. So what I'm going to do is, I've got my little needle nose bottle here. I'm going to get rid of that because I don't need, that's just in the way for now. I'm going to use, I wonder if I can actually just squirt it in there. I might be able to just squirt it in there without making too much of a mess. Oh, look, it's working. Squirt that in there. Probably don't need a lot of it. Only use it a little bit. There we go. That was easy. That was easy. All right. I'll put that back on there. Now it's going to take me a little bit of time, I guess, to get it right. A little bit of practice. But get yourself a baby wipe and have it nearby. I'm just squeezing this to get the colour to come down. Come on. Oh, there it is. Get yourself a baby wipe. And then if you make a mess, or, you know, your dot overflows or something, then you can just wipe it off while it's still wet. All right. Oh, gosh, look at this one. I automatically pick up the double nines. Oh, might not be a good one to start with. Might not be a good one to start with. All right. Let's try this. So, look, I'm not a domino expert, but I've seen other people do it, and they put a little drop in the middle, and then they just swirl it around like that. I did it. A drop and swirl. The paint will dry. Because it's recessed like that, I'm not worried about, I just hope this metallic paint's going to have a good coverage. I'm not fussed about, you know, doing a top coat or anything on it. As long as we've got good coverage, like, it's not like you're going to be popping them in the sink full. Oh, see, that's too full. Not like you're going to be putting them in the sink of water or anything, are you? So I think the colour will stay in the dots. Unless you're going to do, you know, like I said, soak them in in a sink full of water. But I think the dots will just stay there. That one's full. I'll fill that one up with paint. Don't fill them up with paint. Otherwise they'll crack when the paint dries, because it is just paint. But you can get your little baby wipe and wipe it off like so. I'll keep my little baby wipe handy. Now this one obviously has got a lot of dots. Around we go. I guess I'll get faster at it as we go. I've got a little bit of, it made a little trail. I probably shouldn't have done the double nines to begin with, should I? This one's a bit wet now. I'm not getting good coverage of it because I think I've wet it with the baby wipe. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. All right, now let's try this line in the middle here. Ta-da! Ta-da! I did it! Like so. That was easy. Like I said, I'll get better as I go. I just got to be careful. Oh, is there a hair? No. When I lift it up and carry it over to the next one, I'm carrying a bit of paint with. Make sure that I've cleaned it off. I think if I, you know, when I do this, when I'm sitting down at my desk, it's going to be much easier than me trying to do it over here in front of the camera. Because I'll be, you know, I'll be sitting down for a start. Excuse me, frog in the throat in the morning. I'll be able to have it up closer to me. See, it's leaving a little bit of a sticky train. I would have to pick the most tricky one to begin with. So I think it'll be easier when I'm just sitting down at my desk doing this. But I wanted to show you how I'm going to do it. I think so. I just have to wait until when I lift it up. It's a tiny little sticky train. I did it, guys! I did it! Look at that! You can't see many of the flowers in that one, but it looks so cute. It looks so cute. All right, let's try one that's only got a few dots. Where's one that has only got a few dots? Oh, here's a 2 and a 4. Let's try this one. I won't do them all in front of you, don't worry. That would be a little bit much. A little bit much. 1, 2. I do think this is probably the easier way. I mean, you could get your marker, but for the line, you'd have to have a very fine point for the marker. See, and just squeeze a little bit of paint out while you're doing that. And I think that's pretty easy to do. Oops, I've done that. I've lifted it up without stopping the little train. Oh, I did it again. Same issue with that, I think. It's a sticky kind of a paint. Look, you guys, look at it. Oh, I might make this little line a bit thicker. So, yeah, you can put in as much paint as you want to. I wouldn't fill them up all the way, obviously, but because the paint may crack as it dries if you put too much in there. But you want a nice covering. You don't want to be able to see through it. Look at that. Oh, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Oh my gosh. What do you think of them, guys? What do you think? Do you like that colour? I think that's a nice colour. I mean, this one, all you can see is rose gold because there's so many dots, but you get the general idea. You do. All right. I think that's a good colour. I'm happy with them. Happy with them. Oh my gosh, now I just have to do them all. Oh, all right. Well, there's a little bubble in that one. The other ones didn't have bubbles, but I guess there's a little one there trapped under that white petal. Whoops. I think they're really pretty though. Like, I mean, if you're going to get a little bubble, there's not much you can do about that, is there? Look at this one. Look at this. Look at that orange thing, whatever that is. I don't know what that is. And look at the little tiny balls there. They look as if they're actually literally copper. They're catching the sun and they look as if they're actually copper. Look at that. That's so pretty. And the leaves, the little petals there, they're like curled up, so they're looking 3D. They're not sitting flat. Oh, I love these, you guys. I love them. All right. I'm going to be busy for the next 12 hours doing dots. No, it might take me an hour. No, it probably won't even take me that long. Once I get started, I'll just zoom through them. It won't take very long. I'll just put some music on and sit at my desk and do these. I've actually been listening to the some Audible stories. I really like Stephen King, Dean Koontz, Richard Lehman, all those sort of thriller type books, which I read when I was young, but I'm revisiting them and listening to them on Audible while I work. Not while I'm doing videos, obviously, but while I work. I'm having them on in the background, so yeah, that's what I'll be doing. Alrighty, I best go. Otherwise I'm going to be here forever with you, and I'm sure you've got things to do. All right, so thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed my dominoes little video, and when I'm done, I'll take a photo and put it up at the end of the video for you so that you can see the finished product. I personally have never ever played dominoes with so many dominoes. I've only ever gone up to 6, so it's going to be fun for me to play the 9s with my family, so definitely going to do that. Look at that. Oh, I love them. All right, thank you so much for watching. See you all again real soon for the next one. Bye for now.